I'm hoping that these notebooks and I are going to be best friends next year. Hello, my name is Micah, and this is my journal lineup for 2024. Okay, let's take a closer look at this lovely stack of journals and planners. I'm very excited. Some of this I'm already familiar with from this year, but then I have some exciting new additions that I can't wait to talk to you about. One of which is this big B5 journal here at the end. And if you've been around for a while, you know I'm typically more of a small journal gal. I like my cute tiny journals, the A6s and pocket notebooks and passport size notebooks, one of which is the Hobonichi Avec A6. This is something that I started in July this year and just really enjoyed it, so I'm going to continue with this in the new year. And if you'd like to see what that looks like, my creative daily journaling, I have a bunch of journal with me videos and flip throughs on the channel, so you can check that out. I've already decorated these pockets a little bit with some cute comfort items. This wonderful cat here, her name is Winnie. She is just my cheerleader next year, I've decided. And then just a photo of our family dog, who I miss so much because she lives in Germany and I live in the States. And some fun washi tape. Do you decorate your pockets with fun things, or do you use them for something functional? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you use your pockets for if you have them in your covers. Something new that I'm going to try next year, I came up with these questions to check in with myself. These are just things that I sometimes forget to journal about, and so I can just consult this list every now and again, and I'm hoping that that will inspire some different kind of journal entries. And I'm actually made that into a printable that's going to be part of the January Cat Collage Club collage collection, which I have linked in the description. And I already made the cover look nice and colorful with some pattern papers, and then these are printables by Aaron Ware. So fun. I did also make a whole setup video if you want to check that out. But yeah, it already feels a little bit like my book, not so store-bought, brand new, but it has some personal touches here and there. These pages I use to note down what movies and TV shows my husband and I watch. I just think that's really fun to see, just what we're consuming and when we are watching it. So that's kind of fun. And then we have this page here that I already filled out, the turning the page to a new year, and I don't really know what I want to call this. I don't know if this is maybe like a vision board, but I decided to draw it out, just some things that I'm hoping will be part of my year next year, and I just thought it would be kind of personal to draw that out, and really enjoyed my time with that. And then, yeah, we just have the pages for the daily journaling here. And then I think the only other thing, yeah, is the end here, the My 100. I'm just going to keep that as a reading log and decorated it a little bit because I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to read 100 books, but who knows. But yeah, beautiful cover by Hobonichi. Love the feel of this. And yeah, just really excited about continuing my daily creative journaling. And the whole reason, or the way I got into daily journaling, is I started my Hobonichi 5-year this year and just find that very meaningful. I am also very excited that in 2024 it means that I get to read what I was up to the year prior. Something in here that I'm looking forward to this year is to focus more on the right-hand side. I still have a bunch of empty right-hand side pages, so I do want to make sure that these are starting to fill out with little things here and there. But yeah, I just write a couple sentences of what I was up to that day or what I was feeling. And yeah, can't wait to build this out more. Now, in terms of planners, I have 2 Hobonichi weeks, and aren't these so beautiful? So this is just my daily planner. I work for myself, I work from home, so for the most part, this is just a glorified to-do list, more or less. So I just keep like a running to-do list on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side, usually what I do, I draw out a line, sectioning off this first bit here for any appointments, things that will happen that day, and then sometimes I also write out what I have planned for social media, but that, yeah, it just depends on the week whether or not that happens. But yeah, really cute, and I have a video on how I set that up because last year was a little bit more bland in my Hobonichi weeks, and this year I decided, you know what, this sits on my desk all the time and I have it open all the time. Why not make this an opportunity for joy? And I just went in to random weeks and already pre-decorated some of them so I can surprise myself throughout the year with some decorations. And then in the back here in the notes section, I just have some things that I constantly reference, such as printer settings for different papers that I often use. I want to write out for myself some social media prompts, similar to the journaling prompts. If I want to invest more in maybe creating different types of posts on Instagram, for example, and so hopefully a prompt list will help with that. I still need to sit down and figure out my quarterly goals. I set up a very minimal social media tracker, and then this is a tracker that I will use for my subscription business. I just like to, keep a pulse on how things are going, seeing, the trajectory of that. And then I think the rest of this will just be for notes and commonplacing, stuff like that. So yeah, just a really solid planner, and it helps me to keep myself a little bit more organized. Then this one is actually not going to be a planner. And this is also what I'm very, very excited for. And actually all of these 3 books here go somewhat together. One of my main goals next year is to write a comic book. I've already started or tried to get that going this year and ended up being too busy, but I've decided, okay, we have to make this happen. I'm just so over it to postpone that. And so this Hobonichi Weeks will be my project log or my project journal. And so what that means is that on these weekly pages, ideally every day I work on the project. And so every day I just write a note on what I worked on that day, what I have figured out, how things maybe have changed in terms of the characters or the plot of the story. And then I have the right-hand side to maybe have, if I have more notes on character development, or if you want to print out a character drawing that I did to go along with it, or maybe I've read something about making comics or writing for children. I want this comic to be for children, not about children. Well, it's also about children, but yeah. And so then this is going to be just like a really fun diary about how my project came together. At least that's the the romantic version of this that I have. It's just going to be this like making of my comic book, and I just thought this cover is just ideal with the sparklers and the just sort of the magical feel of it all. Would be great for something like this, making a dream project come true next year. So that is that. And then in this traveler's notebook, I am currently keeping a grid notebook or grid insert by Baumkuchen. It has this lovely off-white creamy color with a grid, and I'm using this as my storytelling research journal or storytelling commonplace book, even though this, for example, was just thoughts that I had and wrote out. And I think in the very sort of clean definition of a commonplace book, it's mostly things that other people have written or quotes of other people, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just a really fun little notebook where I get to spend time with researching storytelling or reflecting on things that I consume that are about stories and storytelling. So for example, here I was watching a video essay by Quality Culture about Frog and Toad. So I wrote some things out because I find the Frog and Toad books to be very inspiring, and I love how wholesome they are, and so I wanted to understand a little bit more about what makes them so wholesome and so timeless. And then I continued that with writing out some more aspects of what makes stories feel wholesome. Yeah, and just really excited about filling these pages up. And this is really fun for me. And I love the way notebooks or journals can help us share quality time with our hobbies. I just think that that's a great thing. And for people who want to get into journaling and who have a hard time with the sort of like Dear Diary kind of entries, this is a fantastic way to keep a journal. I mean, it's still about your life and about things that matter to you and a specific point in time, what mattered to you at a specific point in time. So yeah, I think this is fantastic. And I'm still considering whether or not I'm gonna get another notebook and just keep a general commonplace book in here as well that is not specifically about storytelling, but I can always add that throughout the year if I feel the need for that. So yeah, really, really excited about this. And now the big one, the big new addition that I'm so excited about. This is a Zequenz notebook. I think this brand has been around for a couple years, but it's fairly new to me. And this is a B5 grid notebook. And I am going to keep a comics journal. And so what I mean by that is, I did this in prior years. I want to capture certain little happenings in my life in the form of comics. And like I said, my big goal next year is to write a comic for children. And so to get back into comics and thinking in sequential images, I want to, just capture certain life aspects in that way. So this I did actually recently just to test out. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do A5 or B5 for this journal. That was just the day I noticed that the last colorful leaf was falling off one of the trees in our backyard. And so yeah, that is the plan for this big beauty. Can't wait. Actually, these Zequenz notebooks come with these magnetic bookmarks, which is kind of fun. And then just in case you're curious, I already did a little pen test, and so far I'm very impressed with the paper. It even holds up to some watercolor. It has a little bit of ghosting, but that's to be expected from 70 GSM paper, but yeah, really, really fun. And so this is going to be a combination of skill building and memory keeping. And I'm really excited for the combination of the Hobonichi Avec and this big boy, because then in whatever doesn't fit in here can overflow into here. But also just knowing that I'm trying to build up my sequential storytelling muscle again, you know, sometimes that kind of stuff helps you even capture different things. All of a sudden that something does become a memory that you know how to capture and keep. Does that make any sense? Have you ever experienced where the format of the journal actually influences and helps you find more precious memories to keep? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, I do think that this lineup fulfills everything that I needed to. I feel very, very happy with it. I feel like I'll be able to capture everything that's precious to me. And it's easy enough to add in another notebook, right? Add in another TN insert or some other A6 notebook that's undated. I'd rather add in another journal than feel overwhelmed right out of the gate and feel bad and feel a little regret if I bought a journal and then end up not using it or not filling it up. So I purposely start as minimal as possible with this. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all of these journals that I intend on keeping in the new year. In the comments below, let me know what you are using in this upcoming year, and also let me know if you have a video or a post on Instagram somewhere that I can check out. I'd love to see all of your lovely notebooks and journals. But for now, thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Until next time, happy journaling!